automatically. So.
Okay, guys. Now.
Do you see us? Let me find where.
Minimize.
Where we're at with the chat, and
no, click on right there.
Let's see if we can find a chat now.
Now.
18 watching. Maybe we're in the right chat. Do you see us? Let me find where. Okay, now.
There you are, Quake Lake
I'm
says.
sweating like crazy.
Okay, we're sitting here, y'all. This thing is, YouTube has changed our whole screen. It is just, it is a mess. Now.
I'm having issues with finding things. So
hello, Jen from the Nut House, and all you other people. It's just wonderful people who puts up with our aggravating
I won't get to everybody, but I did see. Oh, we're a good-looking couple, Mike. Ah, thank you.
Mike needs
right back at you and Jenny. Yeah, Mike's getting old.
Yeah.
Country living. John Hendrickson. Hey guys. April.
There's April.
April was at our house today. Her and Sam.
Her and
their friend Denise. Let me show you this. Since we're running way behind.
We're running way behind, I want y'all to look what April brought us today.
Oh, this is not all.
No, it's not all of it, but
this is what she brought me. A giant sunflower.
Wreath.
Yeah, it's a wreath to hang on the door. And I don't know if I've got it where y'all are seeing a sunflower. You're seeing just yellow.
No, yeah, you see the whole thing.
Okay. She brought me that, and she brought me candy corn. She brought me some pretzels coated in candy corn, y'all. That stuff is awesome. I've done probably eat a lot of it.
You eat a lot of it, yeah.
I've eaten a lot of it. And so it was really good. And then she brought me like several bags of candy corn, and 3, I think, are cookie flavor. So we opened the cookie flavors, and she tried it and I tried it, and it was really pretty. One of them tasted real buttery, like a butter cookie. One of them had a chocolate taste like a Oreo. And I'm not sure what the other one had, more of a cinnamony taste, like a cinnamon cookie.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. Hey, big lady, yes, it was candy corn. And Kathy and Mr. Arnie, hey. So let's see, and Angie's Pantry, Quake Lake, I see lots of people. The music well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a sugar high, pretty much.
I can see our thing is not right there. It says 20 watching. There's got to be more than 20 people.
How many people are actually watching us? Can y'all give us a count?
Give us a count, because we can't see our count anymore.
Our count's not working.
Stopped.
I think what I could do.
There's my daughter.
Hey, Jen.
I am theater with Trey. I put my volume on really low and have the phone up to my ear so I can hear you talk.
You're not watching the movie?
Oh, man.
Yeah, and that's something I want to talk about, too, is
8,300.
It's going up. Jennifer, Danny's daughter, her son, Trey, y'all met him on Father's Day, right around that. He is doing a little project with for the school, and he's raising cabbage. And Jennifer is going to document it through a YouTube video. She's going to video every time he does something with the cabbage through December, I believe. And she put up the first one last night, and I put it on Deep South on our Facebook page. So it is really cute. She's going to keep up with that. And we're going to kind of do something toward the end with Trey, and show him growing cabbage. It's hot here too.
That's why I was looking at
the fires.
The fires, there's fire. We've been noticing there's fires going on everywhere, guys.
That was looking really
anyway, tonight, guys, is all about y'all. Q&A time. If you got questions, we're going to try to, instead of focusing on our videos this week, I mean, we'll talk about them if we have to, but if y'all have questions, you know.
Sinclair Pages says we're blurry tonight.
We're blurry every night.
I don't know. Quake Lake says she switched back to the old YouTube in her settings easier. We may have to do that. Debbie is from BC, Canada.
Yeah.
Angie's Pantry says you can change the new layout on YouTube. Watch Grizz's video. I have to go see what Grizz has got going on.
He's at.
Ask
Watching
Grizz
call
knows
from
something.
Cajun Navy for Monday's coordination. May have to bug out. Okay. D, are you going to be in with the Cajun Navy?
Or is it because of water or what's going on? That we were wondering about you. I sent you an email and I just hadn't heard from you.
Yeah.
How can I tell my sweet potatoes are ready to harvest? Go.
Go. Okay. It depends on the variety you have. Look up your variety of sweet potatoes. It will give you a number of days till they mature. And we usually wait about 10 to 15 days after that. If it says 120, we go to 135 days. You know, if it says, says 150, then we'll go to 160 days or 165 days or something like that. But it's all about variety and length of time for maturity. Because as long as you harvest them before a frost hits them, or the rats eat them, or it gets too wet and they rot in the ground or something like that, then they're fine. But as long as they've went their number of days.
Do you have pecan trees on the homestead?
We have 2 of them. They're young trees. And they really haven't started bearing yet.
Speaking of cabbage, what am I doing wrong to make the head split?
Head splitting is caused by bolting. It's usually too hot or they're too old. Cabbage is just like anything else. It's designed to only live so long. And once it goes beyond that number of days, the head will start splitting in the middle and a stalk will come up out of it and it'll bolt.
Impatient wants to know how to switch to the old format on YouTube. Grizz 270, they said, has a video up telling how, so I'm going to check it out later. If you will, check out Grizz 270, and I'm giving him a shout out, so he better appreciate
Grizz,
this.
We're going to give you a shout out, Grizz. We're going to send people over to your channel to show how to do this, because actually we're going to have to go over there to see how to do it.
Yeah, that's something. But Grizz is taking up gifts for me too, so while y'all are over there, go check out the Deep South one where he's taking up.
Let that chat roll.
Where is D225? She is in Louisiana.
She is in South Louisiana.
Now, did I miss something?
I bought a sweet potato in the store, so I don't know what brand. If it just use, I'll tell you what, just use 140 days. Just say 140 days from the time you planted it, and you should be safe.
What are we going to plant in the fall garden?
Our fall garden, we're probably going to have a few cabbages. We're going to have a few broccolis. We're going to have some garlic. We're going to have some multiplying onions. We're going to plant some, we're going to get in contact with a company in Texas, if it still can, called Dixondale Onions. And we're going to get some candy onions from them to set out, which is the bulb onions. We're going to be planting our strawberries this fall. We've got a lot of different things. We're going to be planting a lot of stuff here in the next week to go in the greenhouse. So we'll have tomatoes over the winter time.
Peppers.
We're going to plant some Irish potatoes, some squash, different things in the greenhouse.
Yeah. How did the bush hog do? We just have one or 2 more videos?
We got 2 more videos on the bush hog, and we will have all of it up.
But he's been using it for...
I've been using it for a month.
Yeah, about a month. He just hadn't had time.
I'm just now getting to that video.
Actually, he's been using the video, so why he can't make the video. He's always outside.
Yeah.
When I cut my grass, can I put that in the garden to keep weeds down? That's back.
Yes, as long as you hadn't put any kind of weed killer in your yard, yes. That's a good source of nitrogen.
Okay. All right, old Alabama gardener must be here somewhere.
He is. Do you transplant or plant straight in the garden? Some things we transplant, like tomatoes and peppers and cabbages and broccolis. We transplant all that stuff, strawberries. The things that we plant straight in the garden are things like beans, peas, okra, corn, things like that are the things we plant.
Did you, let's see, will you show the garlic growing process?
Yes.
And yes, did you finish the bush hog?
Yes.
Yes.
We have the bush hog finished.
Charlotte has her broccoli and cabbage up.
That's good. Actually, cabbage and broccoli, cabbage specifically, does better from transplanting than it does planting straight in the ground.
All right, Stringfield Ridge says that if there's ever a meetup close, they would like to meet. Actually,
that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
I called several places, and the place I actually wanted is booked till March 31st. So that was out. I called the second runner-up for it, and the only time they have between now and Christmas is October the 28th. So I need to know, is there enough people interested in having a Deep South meetup in our little town of Wiggins on October the 28th? It's a Saturday. If so, go to Deep South Homestead at gmail.com and say, I want to come to the meetup, and kind of give me I need a running number.
We need to kind of know about how many show up, if it's worth it for us to spend the money to rent the facility.
I mean, if 10 of you want to show up, then I just say come to the house.
Yeah.
But if I've got 100 showing up, I need a facility for bathrooms and, you know, something the kids can do outside, things like that. So we've got to kind of have an idea. I've not done anything like this in a long, long time. I used to do VBS all the time, but not having a kind of a general total is going to be the deal. But Deep South Homestead at gmail.com. Let me know if you would come on October. I want to say August. October 28th. All right.
Okay. Kathy Stevenson, if you harvest sweet potatoes early, will they still be good? Yes. They just be smaller. That's all.
B Lady said she was switching devices and missed the bug out comment. We have D in Louisiana was saying something about they may be on alert or something. So I'm not sure if it's water related, probably there, but we'll get with her. I'm backing up on comments. All right, let's see where we're at with the comments. Do you brew kombucha? Y'all, I'm on a sugar high, I guess, because that sugar's gotten to me. No, I do not. I did years ago, about 20 years ago. I brewed my own kombucha for, several months. And I started having a breakout all on my neck and on my arms, and it went onto my legs, and I couldn't get rid of it. And when I went to the doctor, he gave me something to start clearing it up, but I had to come off the kombucha. I was not 100% sure it was the kombucha, but I had drank it religiously for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months. And so last year, just to test the waters, I brewed some kombucha again, and within drinking it within 2 weeks, I was breaking out again. So it is a high yeast infection.
Yeah.
And so I cannot drink kombucha. So anybody that has problems like that and you're drinking kombucha, let me tell you, that may be an issue for you, because it is for me.
Have you ever raised beef cattle? Any suggestions? Yes, I used to raise about 27, somewhere around 26 to 28 head, depending on when. Wanda and I plan on doing it again if we can get the fencing up, and we're going to go back this time with a small breed, like the belted or one of the smaller breed cows that doesn't get very large.
So I'm losing. Debbie says her husband and she would love to come to Wiggins. Can someone suggest a certain variety of garlic for fall planting in Kentucky? Dee, that you were on my mind. That's why I needed to talk to you about party planning. Yeah. Let's see.
Any of your hard neck. It depends on which one you want. Your hard necks and soft necks. Any one of them will grow up in Kentucky. The only one I'm not sure about would be the elephant garlic. I'm not sure if it would actually grow good in Kentucky.
How much do you feed your hogs?
About a quart of feed a day.
Because they free range.
Mine are free range. They have pastures and they just eat grass and root in the ground and stuff like that. I just give them a little bit of feed every now and then just to keep them where they come to me.
Julie has problems with the page spinning, no sound, refresh 4 times. She may have to go out. If one of the moderators would tell Julie to go out and completely go out and come back in, it may be that she's on the wrong page. Okay, B Lady said October 28th, count her in. Good to know about cabbage, okay. Love the hominy video. On the hominy video, while I'm thinking, I would have done my recipe, which would have been in my cookbook, and I would have canned it. But Danny got involved and decided we needed to cook it again and then dehydrate it instead of canning it. So that's where we kind of did with that.
Okay, stop it.
Where we
have you ever thought about a milk cow? I used to show, or my kids did, we used to show registered jerseys, which was milk cows. And yes, I've had milk cows for years and years and years. We showed them in shows, and they won ribbons with them and different things like that. Especially my youngest daughter. My oldest daughter did not, but my youngest daughter did.
What kind of squash do we grow in the winter, the fall or the winter?
We'll be growing ours in the greenhouse. So we'll probably be doing some either zucchinis, or we will be doing the yellow crooknecks one. It'll be one of the two.
Okay, where am I at? All right, do you all make your own flours? I buy almond flour through, what is it called? It's something nuts. All nuts or just nuts, something like that. I'll have to look it up, but I buy the almond flour through them. And that's the main flour we use. How do you keep critters from eating up your garden? It's not easy. They eat what they want and we eat the rest.
When we catch a critter in our garden, he dies. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Our food is first in our life, and we show no mercy to something that gets in our garden.
All right, Mr. Charles is asking, why didn't I see your name in orange? I'm not sure. I think if somebody types in a name of one of the channels, it will show up in orange or something. There's something special about that. Angie's Pantry, I have problems with yeast, but had thought the kombucha would be good for my gut. Guess not. If you have a yeast problem, let me tell you, sometimes the yeast, kombucha is just adding yeast to it. So it's not for everybody. All right. They're talking about the orange.
Yeah.
When are you planting garlic?
I'll be planting my garlic gin in probably the first week or so in October here.
Jeremy says if something gets in your garden, you eat it too.
Yeah, if it's edible, yeah. Now, I don't eat armadillos or possums or anything like that, but you know, if I look out there and there's a bunny rabbit, he goes in the freezer, or if there's squirrels, they go in the freezer, and, you know, stuff like that. Your stove clock is off, showed 4 hours, but only took 13 minutes to catch up making.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's called editing, Sinclair. Hey, Patrick.
Okay, Mr. Rain. We think we have mice chewing on our tomatoes.
They will do that. Flying squirrels at night, rats during the day, birds, all kind of stuff will get your tomatoes if you're not careful.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Yes, Mama, was it Mama Tried Homestead? Do we grow citrus trees on our farm? Yes, we have orange trees, we have lemon trees, we have satsuma trees. It's just that this year we didn't get anything on them. Last year we had plenty, but this year the weather just wasn't conducive for it.
Okay, Jake Green's model car shop said, hi, how are you?
Doing good.
Nancy Briggs, you would have loved seeing my 15 preschool children planting carrots. Yes, those seeds are tiny. I can imagine with preschoolers, that would be an issue.
It's exciting, though. It's exciting to watch young kids actually
with a plant
and get to grow something. I mean, that's what we're doing with my grandson. He's getting to do the same thing.
Keeping It Dutch says something got his eggs, his tomatoes, and peaches all in one night.
That sounds like a possum or a coon.
Yep.
Mr. Danny, do you think I could plant my garlic in a big pot? Yes, we plant garlic in pots all the time.
Yeah, and Bacon Nana said she got my cookbook. So if you guys don't have my cookbook, it's over on my Etsy store, along with all other kinds of stuff we've got over there. Let's see. B-Lady says they don't have rats, but only field mice.
Oh, we have rats here.
Yeah.
We have field mice too, but we have rats. giant rats.
Yeah. And somebody asked Hillbilly Haven about, were they talking about fire ants? Fire ants, you can't kill them. You just got to let them go. I am going to try growing cabbage this fall for sauerkraut. Do we make that?
No.
No,
we
don't.
We know how to do it. We just don't like the taste of it.
How do you keep citrus trees from freezing, or does it not freeze in Mississippi?
It does freeze here, but if it starts getting that cold, we put some posts around it and put a big piece of plastic over it. Usually we put a light underneath it or something like that to kind of help keep it warm.
And sometimes we lose them anyway.
And sometimes we have lost some of our trees. I've lost one I had for 18 years here. It finally, one freeze killed it. So.
What breed of hogs do you raise?
I have register spot crossed with a wild pig from the woods. It makes a very lean, hardy animal that doesn't usually have a bad parasite problem or anything like that. And they're not just covered up in fat everywhere. They're more lean than they are fat.
Will garlic grow in a raised bed in zone 5? Yes. All right. Now, Mr. Rain wants to know, is he a farmer now? He's got eggs.
You have eggs?
Well,
you might be called a chicken farmer.
You've got a chicken house.
Yeah.
You're in the egg production business.
Egg production business.
Alicia Clifton is another Mississippian. All right. We've got a lot of Mississippians. All right.
Yeah, we never did have anybody to actually say they wanted to come.
I saw 2 or 3, so obviously they're not that interested, or we're not seeing. We may have missed some comments.
We could have missed some comments.
But yeah, if you guys want to come to a meetup, you let us know, because
we have to know, but in order to reserve the building.
Yeah. All right. Do you use poison on the rats? No.
No, because if we poison the rats, and then my chickens, some of them free range, and if the chickens find them and they eat them, then you got a poisoned chicken.
Whoa! Somebody just gave us a super chat, and I'm not sure.
It looks like her picture. Looks like Angie.
Angie's Pantry for candy corn for a treat for Danny's big hugs. Oh wow! Thank you, Angie.
It's a treat for you and then big hugs for me. Thanks, Angie. We really.
Yeah, he needs the hugs. I need the candy.
Yeah.
Just
I was trying to read it the way it was written.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, he needs the hugs and I need the candy. That gives me a reason to hug him.
Yeah.
So no, we don't do the fire ants. Let me get on to the
next. Back. We got to catch up. We're actually trying to hold the chat back so we can see some of the questions.
Yeah, because I don't want to miss as many as we usually do.
Danny loved my dough bowl and cutting board. Just beautiful. Oh, thanks, Barb. I'm glad it got there all right. We tried to package it where it would.
Yeah.
I'm working on a couple more. It's just that I've got so much other stuff to do. There's only so many hours in a day. I have to try to do what I can when I can.
Bacon Nana says, homemade sauerkraut bears no resemblance to commercial sauerkraut. I've never eaten it, period. That's just something that I didn't grow up with, so I'm not familiar with it. I've heard of it.
We had some canned here. Remember when you came? When we got married, there was some canned in a jar, and I just fed it to the hogs.
Probably, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
Grits will kill fire ants if you put it outside the hills. Not in Mississippi.
Not in Mississippi, because we've tried it.
I've tried grits, hot water. What else have we tried? Gasoline will
Gasoline kills them really good. But, Impatient says, Danny, how do you deal with insomnia? I just don't sleep.
She said she meant that you get a treat to something you can eat. So
oh, okay.
Danny can have pecans. I'll go get him some pecans and make him pecan cookies. He loves it.
Impatience. I just don't sleep. You can ask one, but some mornings I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, some of them 2 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It just, whenever I wake up, I'm awake.
We have Mary White is from Baldwin, Mississippi.
Yeah, Baldwin County. Yeah.
We are in Stone, which is way down at the bottom. We're almost
like 30 miles from the Gulf Coast.
Charlotte says, I have tried all kinds of things to kill ants. It doesn't work here. Unless you use fire and gasoline.
Coco said, Andy, I received my board but haven't opened it yet. Delayed. I guess that's birthday.
Yeah. She got it for her husband. Somebody did, I think. Yeah, something like that. Hardiness approach lived in Mississippi and remember the fire ants. Gasoline in a match. Yeah. D doesn't work here. We put DE on our ant beds. Woke up the next morning. There was something knocking at the door. It was fire ants wanting more. Yeah, they love it. They loved it. The things actually, the nest got bigger. It didn't get less. Yes. Angie and Charlotte say they're the same way about sleeping. Impatient. Yes, I'm tired. I stay tired a lot. But sometimes during the day, I'll go outside working. When I come in from the heat and sit down in my chair, I just fall asleep, and I may sleep for an hour or two sitting in the chair. So, yeah, Mr. Rain said that's like beer and copper and all don't work for slugs. Don't work for slugs, yeah. It might work here, but where you have as many slugs, April says they would come to the meetup, okay. So, yeah, we've got a few people, and if they'll send over to the website, not website, email, that way I'll know. Pratt family says sleep and me don't get along. I don't get along with it either. I wish I could, but I would love to go to sleep and wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and just go, oh my God, that felt so good. But if I did, I'd have a bad, miserable day. B Lady, oh wow. She just gave us $100. Thank you, Miss B Lady. Do you have a question? I mean, yeah. Y'all have a question? I mean, anything. Let me do something. Angie's Pantry tried grits. I'll tell you what, B Lady. No, he's gonna torment you. I'm gonna torment you. I'm gonna have to hold this here till I can actually see it. I have actually made. Somebody bought the ones I made the other day. They were on our Etsy store. But I got a lot of scrap wood in my shop that just keeps piling up. So I'm gonna have to get this closer to the camera. You don't have to send her one of those. I'm gonna have to just send her one just because, I guess. Yeah, we'll send you one on the way. This is wooden measuring spoons. I've got so much scrap wood in my barn that I don't want to throw it away. So I decided to make these little measuring spoons, and I have quarter teaspoon, half teaspoon, whole teaspoon, and then tablespoon ones that I'm making. They'll be on our Etsy store. But they got our logo on the back of it here. It says Deep South. It'll tell you what size spoon it is. So they're made out of wood. We just didn't want to throw the wood away. We're trying to figure out uses for it, not be wasteful. And if you didn't get a notice on cutting boards or something this week, it's because he's playing with measuring spoons. Well, I've got so much wood piling up until I've got to do something with it. But they'll be up on our Etsy store when I get them made. So just keep checking in and you'll see them. Like a chupacabra. I don't know, Jen. I'm not sure what that is. Perfect to dip in spice jars. Yeah. Yeah. We had a lady. They're 6 inches long, the handle. So that's why I made them. We had a lady ask for those, and I don't remember. I could not find the email that she sent. So if you are one of those people that ask for these type spoons, these little bitty teaspoons type things, email me again, because we get so many emails, and if I don't write down in my book, I lose track of things. Yeah. I just have to clean some of the scrap up out of my barn before I can continue on with the cutting boards or the bowls or anything. Yeah. Keeping It Dudge says the money's coming out tonight. He's going live next. Oh. Yeah, the measuring spoons are really cute. We when he brought them in, we did a whole set, and they sold within the first day. Sheila said. Coco said it was her. She asked about them. Okay, Coco. Okay, Coco. I looked and looked and looked. So email me again which ones, if you want, like the 4 different sizes, you want them all one size, or whatever you were wanting, so I could make sure that's what it is. Jake's got to go. See you later. Bet in the Farm. Hello, Bet in the Farm. Yeah. We saw that on Pratt's the other night. Yeah. Hadn't heard of Bet in the Farm till then. Yeah. Jeremy said if he had a reliable internet, he'd go live too.
Look, ours is not reliable, so
yeah, believe me.
How much for a set of measuring spoons? Was it $25 plus shipping?
20, 25? I don't remember.
I think it was.
Was it 25?
I think it was 25 plus shipping.
I can't remember.
Which shipping's $5, I think.
Yeah,
so.
I think we can ship for $5.
I think we can because we can get them inside a small envelope thing that we have.
Are we thinking of going to Patreon?
No.
No. We're just going to keep doing YouTube.
Guys, it's like this. A lot of y'all are probably in the same boat we're in. You don't have a lot of money. And yeah, I would have a conscience issue if I tried to charge for what we do. I just don't want nobody to have to go and have to pay for my videos. I would rather, you know, I'd rather let YouTube pay. And if you want to bless us, I always tell people to do this. If you're going to order something from Amazon, then go through our link. It doesn't cost you any more, and Amazon takes part of that money and sends us a few cents off of it.
And it's in every video.
And it's in every video description we do. So just if you order from Amazon, just go over there and do that, or Hoss Tool, or any of these other places. We're affiliates for all of those.
Buy our cookbook, or
my Danny book, or wooden spoons. Buy something we make rather than just giving us something. You know, I mean, we
Patreon year, and we just keep not feeling comfortable with it yet.
Yeah.
Let's see, our friend was asking about red sweet potatoes. You grow any of those, Danny?
Yes. We grow red sweet potatoes is mainly all we grow. Now, we do have some white ones, but we grow the red ones too. And while we're on that subject back there, guys, let me say this before it slips my mind. We are no longer a part of the Homesteading Network. We've left the Homesteading Network. And I want to be perfectly clear about this so that there's never a problem or never a question. It has nothing to do with Brad. Brad and us are real good friends. We've emailed back and forth with Brad. Brad's perfectly fine. We talked about it. I told him it had nothing to do with him. It's just that Wanda and I are going to be moving forward with some different things. And we just don't feel like that the network is where we need to be at anymore. So if you hear anything any different than what I just said, it's not true. We wish Brad and Krista and all them the best.
And we're friends with them.
And we're friends with them, and we talk with them. So
we'll be on their live stream some.
Yeah.
Things like that.
It has nothing to do between us and Brad and anything, or anybody who's in the network. It's just that Wanda and I have consciously made this decision to go back out because we don't feel like we need it anymore.
We don't. We just want to be. We don't want to click. I saw somebody mention about the clicks, and I think it was Rain Country. And it seems like you get stuck. I mean, kind of like I guess when a movie star gets stuck in a role, and you have all these people expect you to be one way. We're just going to be us. We're not going to be in a whole bunch of things. There's a lot of good people in the network. There's a lot of good people that are not in the network.
Well, Hillbilly Hayden said he hopes that what happens to Zach don't happen to us. So we've been in contact with Zach. Zach's contacted us. Mm-hmm. Zach is just heartbroken that he can't get back into his channel. And I'm not going to go into what he told us. But, you know, if he wants you to know, he'll tell you. But y'all keep Zach in your prayers that he can, that YouTube will open his channel back up where he can get back into it, because it's really been distracting for him. It breaks our heart that they've done that to him, because Zach and us, we really like Zach. They're good people. Yeah,
and so it's kind of hard to say. We can't say they won't do that to us, but until they do, we're going to keep on doing what we do, because it's hard for Danny and I to do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
We're just learning YouTube, and then they swap something on us, just like tonight. So we have to learn again. And just like our Camtasia that we're using, we've started having some issues with it. So we've got to look into some other avenues with whether editing and stuff or whatever. So it's always a learning process for us. So
guys, I know we've missed a ton of questions.
You'll have to repost.
You know, Kathy says, "What is the Homestead Network?" The Homestead Network is a network that was started a year or so ago by Big Family Homestead, and there was a whole bunch of channels on it. We all had a designated time that we came on. This was our designated time.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to continue to keep this designated time, even though we're not part of the network anymore. And I've seen a question come by. No, we're not going to Patreon. We've made that decision. We don't feel like it's fair. And no, deer do not usually eat butter beans. I see that question went by. They will nibble on the tops of them every now and then, but they usually don't like them. And thank y'all for praying for Zach. Do we plant cover crops? Yes, a lot of times in the wintertime we do plant cover crops. They're going by so fast, I'm trying to catch them as they go.
Patera is going to Patreon, but she is keeping videos on YouTube. She's just doing both. And right now, Danny and I cannot do both and handle it.
Right. Hillbilly Haven says, "What do y'all use to edit your videos?" We use Camtasia, and sometimes I'll use Movie Maker. It just depends on how I feel. Future Dreams to Reality said they tried to get up with the Homestead Network, but never could. Yeah, Brad actually.
They had a website,
yeah,
the Homestead Network, and that made it easier because you could go to that website and you could see who was on at what time. And to me, it made it a lot easier because now I don't know who's on when, anytime. I mean, people just pop up live at all times. And so when it was the network, every time, yes, you had some people go live at different times, but that was not part of the network. That was just part of their channel. But now, without the network, it was getting to where everybody had been pulling out. So it was just hard to find out when somebody's live. I just happened to catch some of you guys live once in a blue moon.
Deborah, yes, we do butcher our own hogs. That's something we do every winter.
I got a couple I want to mention.
What do you do with your rabbit pelts? We just throw them away because we don't have time to fool with them.
Somebody asked would I do a sleeve tank top with the Deep South logo, and then somebody was asking about bandanas. We're trying to figure out what to do with something with the logo or something with the American Gothic picture that we can put on our Etsy store for sale for Christmas items, but I haven't come up with anything yet. But I am going to check into the women's tank top.
Somebody asked a question. I didn't see who it was. Want to know if we could put a light on a citrus tree in Oklahoma. It's possible. If you covered it up good enough and put a light under it and piled it, and really kept it warm. If it's on the south side of a building, it always has to be on the south side of a building. So. It says, would you do a butchering video for hogs? How do you, you moved my thing. You just went way past it. It was right there in the main chat.
There it is.
How do you manage the wiry hair? I don't scrape the hair off of them anymore. I just hang them up like a deer and skin them. I don't keep the skin because we don't make that much pork skin around here. We used to make pork rinds or whatever you want to call it. And people have this misconception that cracklings come from the skin. It does not. True cracklings comes from the leaf lard up next to the kidneys. And
all right. Any folks recommend 4-H? Our children are joining this year, hoping it would be a good thing. Were your girls in 4-H?
I was, but my girls weren't.
Okay.
I loved 4-H. I was in it for years.
All right. So I would love having stuff with the Gothic image. That was something I'm working toward.
We're working on that.
We've got so many things going on till it's a work in progress right now. Christmas lights work good for avocados here to keep from freezing. Oh, I hadn't thought about Christmas lights.
That's interesting, yeah.
Okay, bandana grandma.
What's your favorite way to eat a rabbit?
Mine?
We bake them.
I bake them, and sometimes I put rosemary. I'll put them on the crock pot or in the crock pot or in the oven, and I'll salt and pepper onions, peppers like bell peppers, and sometimes I'll do rosemary. You won't know it's chicken. I've got to where I like rabbit better than chicken.
Yeah. Brad, I was in the 4-H and the FFA, Future Farmers of America. I was in both of them.
Yeah.
And hey, bandana, Grandma.
Bandanas with Deep South Homestead on them. I would have to see, because some of these things would require me doing the work, and I don't know that I have that much time because I really want to get back on Danny's books. But so that's one of the things. It has to be something I can find that somebody else will produce and we can just sell. Can you winter over peppers?
Yes, we've had some peppers, Charlotte, that we've had for 3 and 4 years. We keep them throughout the winter in pots, and we move them in the greenhouse, or we move them in the house, and we'll keep them, you know, over winter.
Yeah.
And they actually do better the second and third year than they did the first year.
Keeping It Dutch is saying, is the merchandise made in America or overseas?
Made in America.
We're hoping for made in America stuff. I mean, that's just one of our things.
Yeah.
And we like dealing with local people. And
actually, we're going to be looking into some local people about T-shirts and stuff
our
here.
T-shirts right now, our T-shirts that we have now are through a company in Tennessee. And we really like it, but we want to see if we can start working locally and try to keep things local. And so there may be at some point in the future that we'll come up with a different design.
Valley says we need mugs with our logos on them and stuff.
I've thought about mugs. I haven't really priced mugs yet. What are you trying to have done that you want help with? Something with our logo on it and something with the American Gothic picture on it that we can sell that doesn't cost people an arm and a leg. Okay,
Kathleen says she's reposting. Do we have problems with moles, and what? And if you do, how do you get rid of them? We had a few moles around for a while, but the pigs evidently got them because they've all disappeared.
Somebody was asking, are we doing a fundraiser for Texas?
No, we haven't
not
done
at this time. I'm not.
We're still waiting to see what Irma does.
I'm not big on fundraisers. I don't mind helping out, but I don't like having to keep track of somebody else's money. I'd rather, if you're going to send to Texas, you send it. It doesn't have to come through me to go to Texas.
If you send money to us, then we have to show it on our income taxes, and that just.
I have to figure out what to do with it, and I have to keep up with it. And my mind is not there here lately on keeping things straight.
Coco says, so about this meetup, Danny Dogs?
Danny Dogs? I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet.
Sure.
Y'all throw the names out there. The Pratts had a hootenanny, so I don't know what Mississippi has I have no idea. You know, we're just whatever.
Hey, some of them there says they would buy a mug and different things.
Thing about what it is, Danny and I, you Google American Gothic photo.
Yeah.
And Danny and I, it's on some of our older videos. You can go back through our videos and find it. We had our neighbor who is a photographer come over, and we dressed up like the American Gothic couple and stood in front of our house, and he took the picture, and then we did a change right quick and did a modern American Gothic picture. So we have both of them.
Angie's Pantry says, yeah, we don't have a lot of time to do fundraisers. We barely have enough time to do what we do and make a video.
Yeah, we're behind right now. Dee is saying, look up Cajun Navy 2016 and Cajun Gravy Rescues Cooks for Workers on Facebook. Okay.
I'm familiar with the Cajun Navy, Dee. I know that when they were in Texas here the other day, a lot of people tried to stop them. Those looters started shooting at them and doing different things, and that really just tore me up. They already had the right to shoot back, but I do realize they're good people. They're going in, you know, just trying to rescue as many people as they can, and I'm thankful.
She's saying that's for donating to Texas, so that's where you can get in touch with them and they send things.
Yeah.
Have we started on our wood pile? Our wood pile shed is full.
We're actually beginning to get trees down and ready so that if we take this out, we can cut and split up the rest of it.
Yeah, and somebody said something, I missed it. I saw it, but I forget. Pins. B-Lady, we have a guy that we're talking to about making our corn cobs from Danny corn into pins, and we've got to take some to him hopefully this next week when we go into Hattiesburg and see if we can if he can do that.
Yeah.
let's see.
Okay, Charlotte says, and I love that Gothic pictures. Let's see. Do y'all grow pole lima beans? I have a pole lima bean that I grow here that is probably the best that I've ever found, but it only does good in the fall. From about August till about November, and that's a Christmas lima. It does fantastic here.
Yeah, it did great last year.
It done real good.
Really, really good. Do we read survivalist books?
I used to teach survival, so I don't really have to read the books. I have read a lot of them, though. I've read The Patriot.
What's the other one?
One second
after.
I'm looking at The Patriot right up yonder.
Yeah, it's hard to read from a distance.
Yeah, I do read some of the books.
And we do, I don't know, he looks online at different things, but we're not huge preppers. We prep to live. Yeah. I'm a hoarder for things, but I'm not exactly prepper, but we do keep everything together. Call the get-together Wiggins Wingding Deep South Jubilee. I like Jubilee.
Yeah. You gotta find it.
How many, Rick, or you guys burn on a normal winter?
We burn about, well, when we had the fireplace.
None.
Well, yeah, the last two we ain't burnt none because they ain't that cold. But when I had the fireplace, I was burning about 8 to 10 cords. But now that we've got this new wood heater, we actually don't know yet. With the old wood heater, we were burning about 5 cords. We're hoping with this new efficient wood heater that we've put in that we can down it to maybe 3 cords.
All right, Daisy King Farms. You guys, y'all keep Daisy King in your prayers. Now, she had surgery recently for the 3rd time, and it was brain surgery. And she's just a special lady. She says she's enjoying the cookbook, so I'm glad you are.
Sharon Hartzog, it was called the Christmas Lima Pole Bean. It makes a real big lima bean about the size of a nickel to a quarter.
Deep South Homestead camp meeting.
Candy corn jubilee.
Candy. Y'all could do a calendar. I thought about a calendar.
We have.
That would be kind of, I've done one years ago. I've not tried recently. I've thought about checking into a calendar. All right. And Robin says they have been praying for Daisy. Good.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we mentioned this on Crazy Days. We found a surprise in one of these magazines here. Now, this is called Mother Earth News, which we subscribe to it. But I think this is a special edition. This is called a guide to autumn homesteading. When we opened this book up in Walmart the other day, because I'm always looking at magazines when I'm in Walmart, because I like to look at the latest ones. Because I don't subscribe to a lot. A lot of people send me magazines, but I don't subscribe to them. But when I opened it up to this page right here, I saw these greenhouses on here, and I told Wanda, I was like, whoa, I said, there's Joe's greenhouse from Homesteadonomics. And she said, well, have you looked to see about this one right here? She said, because that's your greenhouse in the Mother Earth News magazine. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't even paying any attention to my own greenhouse. But this is for Tough-Tex. This is a Tough-Tex panel greenhouse. It's one I built. It's on the back of my shop. It's our greenhouse that we use here. It does a real good job throughout the winter. We've grown a lot of stuff in it this past winter, but we just wanted to give a great shout out to Tough-Tex for putting our greenhouse on their website and in the Mother Earth News magazine. We were just blown away.
Yeah, Danny was really shocked. He was just bragging on Joe's.
Yeah, I was bragging on Joe's down here in the corner because Joe from Homesteadonomics.
This is up here.
This is his up here. And ours is over here, and I didn't even see mine. I was looking at his. So we're just kind of excited that it's in the Mother Earth News magazine through Tough-Tex panels.
Yeah, that kind of just blew us away that day. I was live, and y'all got to see the expression on Crazy Days. So if you hadn't seen that when he found it,
they said Hoss Tool's been featuring us this month too.
Really?
I
saw. Quake Lake said that Hoss Tools sent them an email bragging on us, and I'm going, whoa, wait now.
Okay.
Because she ordered some stuff from them.
Okay.
So, yeah, Joe has a cool underground. Not really.
It's half underground. Yeah. Keeping It Dutch says, that's awesome. How much does it cost to build something like that? I'm not sure because we cut a deal with Tough Techs. I think the panels were like $2,000. And one of me spent probably another $1,500
on the wood.
On the wood, and we had to bring dirt in and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say probably between around $3,500.
Yeah, and the deal was it's on the back of the barn, so there was one whole wall we didn't have to build.
Right.
And that's Danny was thinking of putting it on the side of the house, and I'm really glad he didn't.
Yeah, it would have been too hot.
It would have heated our bedroom this summer to probably up about 110, 15 degrees. And we don't need the bedroom that hot. Well, it might get hot, but anyway, this is I know, family show.
Active Agent says, fire cider sounds good. I have a sore throat. Yeah, fire cider is actually good. Leo made some for us.
Leo sent it?
Yeah,
Leo Balt sent me some. And I keep it in the cabinet for what if we get a sore throat or anything, I'm not going to drink it all the time. I keep it for my as needed.
Yeah.
That's one of my as needed stashes. So Leo sent me some, but I have my own horseradish thanks to Alderman Farms.
Yeah.
They gave me horseradish when they came to visit one time, and it is growing really well. And I've got to get with them on when to harvest. I think it's coming up soon.
Elizabeth said, will you remember us when you're in Hollywood? I promise you, B-Lady, if I ever go to Hollywood and I make it there,
he's going to be fussing at you.
I'll be fussing all the way because I don't want to leave where I'm at.
He's going to say, that B-Lady just jinxed me and now I'm in Hollywood.
Yeah. Okay, you tell Hillbilly Haven what fire cider is because you make it.
Fire cider is a combination of horseradish, cayenne peppers, or either you could use jalapenos according to how hot you want it.
Yeah.
But anyway, horseradish, and you put onions, garlic. You can put any herbs you want in it according to your physical disabilities or your physical issues. But it's about 6 or 8 different herbs in with the horseradish and the onions and the garlic and stuff. And then you put it in apple cider vinegar and you tincture it down, or I say tincture, I guess you let it sit for several weeks. And then it's just a good overall remedy.
Do we have any home remedies for chest congestion? Look, when we were kids, the only thing our mom ever did to us and we did to our kids,
Vicks vapor
rub on their chest. Just don't let them out in the cold air afterwards because you can actually get sicker, but it'll break up anything in there.
It's onion, garlic, horseradish, cayenne, pepper, ginger. I forgot ginger. Yeah.
Bandana Grandma says, are you sure you can't go to the conference in Virginia this October? Bandana, we would love to. It's just that the fall is probably one of our busiest times of the year, and for us to just actually because it would take us a week by the time we drove up and drove back with our health and everything, so there's just no way.
Leo said he puts turmeric in it as well.
Yeah,
turmeric. And we have our own turmeric, whatever. Jen from the Nut House sent us some, and it is growing wonderfully.
Oh, Jen, that stuff's up knee high. The ginger's doing good.
Yeah. Great. So I got to know about when to harvest it, but yeah, it's looking great.
Yeah, Pia, if I was to actually pull my shirt open, I look like a bear.
Yeah, but she's saying the fire cider, Danny don't need anymore.
I don't need anymore. My adrenal glands are messed up and my androgens in my body are going crazy. My hair on my body is growing like an animal.
For new channels, what would you say is the best way to grow and get new subs? I would say you would need to...
Consistency. One thing that I've told a lot of people who had a lot more subs than we did, we just completely passed them and blown them out of the water. And they said, how do you do this? One of the things about YouTube and getting subs that we've learned is being consistent. If you're going to put a video up every day, make sure you put it up every day. Make sure you put it up at exactly the same time every day. If you're going to do live streams and you tell them you're going to do a live stream, you make sure you do it exactly that time. You don't be wishy-washy. In other words, you commit to it. You make sure you're going to be there when you tell them you're going to be there. You don't take days off from it unless it's just a dire emergency. You're in a hospital or something.
And so you work with other channels.
You work with other channels.
Collaborations is the best way to
collab
get
with other channels.
Around with other.
But be careful about who you collab with, because not all channels are legitimate. There's a lot of them out there that's just, they're fake. They're not really real.
Well, they're real channels.
Well, they're real channels, but what they're doing is not real.
Yeah, and
they're content creators, and Wanda and I are not content creators. What you see with us, whereas we shoot it. If we miss it, we don't recreate it. Yeah,
and you should watch when you do a collab. Make sure it's something that's going to be meaningful, that other people might watch. That's really, really a good thing.
Hey, Beth.
Moringa.
Don't have drama on your channel. That's
the biggest.
That's probably the biggest thing right there. No drama. Don't yik-yak back and forth with other channels and stuff like that. Look, if you can't be positive, just don't say nothing at all and just walk away.
Because if you get a reputation of being a whiner or being a complainer or starting crap on somebody's channel, everybody will avoid your channel.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of be neutral as much as possible.
And building community. Yeah, Mike is right. You know, that's what we started out to do, is building community.
We started from day one.
We started from day one about building a community of people, and I hope that we've succeeded at that. You know, because we have good people on our videos, on our live chats. Look, y'all are some of the most awesome people in the world. We're so thankful for y'all. Y'all mean the world to us, and that's what we wanted all along, was to create good people in a good place having a good time.
Beth says she's disappointed she wanted to whine.
I'm sorry, Beth. We can't do no whine.
I'll have to ban you. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Just can't. What was that Papillo in the short video? Yes.
Yes.
The Papillo you brought, Grandma Rose, that's I have 2 of them that are doing really, really great. It's putting on that sounds like a death threat. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a mama. Like-minded people, yes. Yeah. But yes, it was Papillo and Jen at the Nut House. Did you see my Malabar Spinach? It's growing all up that.
Yeah, actually, April and them got to try some today. Her and Denise and Sam and all them, they got to try some, and they love the taste of it.
Yeah. Actually, Denise and April tried a lot of things.
They tried a lot of things.
Y'all, when y'all come to Deep South, you get to walk around and eat all kinds of different stuff. I mean, I don't know if other people do that on their farms, but we walk around and whatever's out here, we ate garlic, mint.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
The spinach, stevia. I mean, we walked around and we tested all this stuff while we're here.
Oh, let's see here.
Daisy said we're actually filming what we're doing. Yes.
Yes.
And I saw 7D Farms popped in. Hey, girl. She is another Mississippi channel, guys. 7D makes, she is like one of the most awesome bread makers. A woman can make some bread now.
Yeah, her and Patty, I mean, both of them, they're always making bread.
And Beth at Cackleberry.
Beth at Cackleberry's always making bread. Y'all, if y'all don't know any of these people, you need to go check them out. They're always making bread. They do a good job at it.
And 7D makes several types of different things.
Oh, Beth is going to blame it on, she's going to blame it on 7D now. So 7D kept me chatting.
We know that.
Yeah. We talk to you too, Beth, so we know. We get a lot of thank yous for not being experts. We flat out say we have no idea what we're doing, and it's the truth. And Mike and Jeannie, that's honesty is probably one of the best things. If you don't know what you're doing, tell the people you don't know what you're doing. Say, look, this is our first time. This is a learning experience for us. And that just be honest about it.
Because so many leave it at like they're telling you the gospel truth, and then a lot of people go and do it and it doesn't work for them. If they don't do it from start to finish, or show you, or they have several videos where you can see where it's going on. That was something we had a problem with, was seeing somebody plant something and then you never see them harvest anything. So we try to take you we've been doing YouTube for over a year now, about a year and a half, right? Almost 2 years. And so in ours, you can go back and see the progress on almost any vegetable we've planted. We've shown you beginning to end, like a channel should do, is show you the whole process.
Keeping It Dutch says, do you guys make deer jerky, and deer season is only 30 days away here in Oklahoma? Well, it's about the same here. And yes, actually, Keeping It Dutch, we actually have, we're working in collaboration right now with Scratch Made Homestead. They own a big business, and we're fixing to start putting out a rub jerky. It can be used on beef briskets. It can be used on pork rubs. It's a dry rub. Pork roast, not pork roast. Pork roast, it's a dry rub that you rub on, and it has a fantastic taste. We're going to be marketing. It's our own Deep South rub. We're in the process now of getting the orders in, getting the labels and stuff like that. And as soon as we get it, it'll be going up on our Etsy store for sale also, and it's good for the hunting season time of the year.
Okay. Yeah, because we've been thinking about the rub for a while. We just wanted to work with Scratch Made on that. Grandma Rose says, I need to go. Awesome collab with Scratch. Yeah, they own Tanner's Pecans.
Yeah.
So if you ever need anything sweet and good and
anything that's made with
pecans, well, they make other stuff too.
But they make a lot of good stuff with pecans.
Like pralines, they make Divinity. She makes all kinds of stuff. Oh man, for Christmas, y'all have to check out Tanner.
Tanner Pecans is a place to
Tanner's
shop.
with an S and pecan without an S. TannersPecan.com. And y'all shop for Christmas. I'm telling you.
We haven't had to really worry about any kind of regulations, Mike, on anything yet, because we're having an actual legal company to make these rubs for us. And on the labels, we just put our name and what's.
We're going to have to put.
We got to put what's in the rub.
We have to put our address so people can contact us. I'm trying to think what else. We have to obey the cottage laws, even though a company makes it for us. We still have to obey that, and we can sell it. But there are a few things like that. The size of it, you know, like if it's 5 ounces. I think that's about it. There was only 3 or 4 things we had to have on the.
Yes,
on the
Julie, that is Leslie's biz. Yeah.
Pecan trees, we have 2.
We have 2. They're not really bearing yet.
We're probably going to get about 20 or 25 pecans off of it.
Yeah.
April says she could live on that spinach. Yeah, we're going to have to see about planting more. If it grows in the heat like it's doing, we really need
something good in the heat.
Doing good in this heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coco, we're trying to diversify.
There's Grizz.
Yeah, he's late. Grizz, let me tell you, we done been talking about you, boy. Anyway, anything that grows in this heat, and this Malabar spinach is growing really well.
In the heat fine.
So if you guys like spinach, try the Malabar spinach. It's called Malabar, M-A-L-A-B-A-R.
Keeping It Dutch says, how long did it take you guys to start making money from your homestead? Well, we actually was making money on our homestead before we actually started doing YouTube, because we sold vegetables and stuff like that. Yeah. We didn't really start an Etsy store until when? Maybe a year ago?
Yeah, we started the Etsy store when I got my Was it when I got the cookbooks?
Yeah.
I think so. We figured we had to do something different. So this is going to be our money thing. I guess y'all going to get money.
Yeah.
We had to do the cookbooks. Danny did his sweet potato books. We had to have an avenue to sell them. We don't have to actually handle the money. Etsy does the transaction, and it's a legal transaction for us. And it was a safe way for people to. And we sold vegetables before we were on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we did carpenter work. Danny built cabinets. He built small items that he could build here in the shop. So we were already doing some things from the homestead already.
The question was asked, do we grow olive trees? Donna said, yes, we do have olive trees growing here. They're doing fine.
Yeah.
Valley, my dad is, he's actually in rehab. He is what he is. His mind is still good. He's just hanging on, doing the best that he can. At his age, I mean, there's not a lot you can do in a home.
We went to visit.
We went and visited him yesterday or the day before yesterday.
A couple of days ago. Yeah. And then while we're thinking about it,
we do need to mention that. Yeah.
His brother Rick is in the hospital. He was in the chat the last couple of weeks. So Rick is in the hospital. He had some surgery this week.
My sister's in the Philippines. She has a bacterial infection in her urine, and they think it may be gone to her blood, so she's in the hospital in the Philippines. And my dad's in a home here in Wiggins. So
Rick's in the hospital.
Rick's in the hospital on the coast. Somebody asked, how many mayhaw trees do we have? We got 5. We have 5 mayhaw trees. They're not bearing yet, but we're waiting for them.
They're all one variety, yes.
Yeah, they're all one variety.
Let's see, what else?
Let's see.
Said you can use Malabar for thickening soups and smoothies. Okay, because she said she didn't like the sliminess of it. I guess you're saying when you cook it, but we were just eating it fresh. And I'm going to add some to Danny's eggs in the next morning or two. Well, he usually cooks, but I may have to get up and get it.
Thank you, Don.
Grizz says, I only have 3 friends, and they have to show up during the Deep South show. Grizz, we feel like that some days. But anyway, we gave you a shout out earlier, Grizz. Somebody said you did a video on how to fix YouTube back to the old style, and we're probably going to have to go watch it because I haven't seen that yet. And we're sending people over there because everybody was hating the new YouTube setup. So now, are we through with questions? Does anybody else have questions?
We may have missed some.
Does Danny know about making turpentine from your own pine trees?
It's a very lengthy process. We don't really need turpentine, so.
But if
I needed it, I could get it because I have the fat pine lighter out here, and I could make it if I needed to. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Let's see. My legs are getting cramped now. I have to keep moving them.
Let's see.
Keeping It Dutch said he changed his out earlier. Thank you for the shout out, Grizz said.
Not a problem, Grizz.
All right, Sinclair, that is 3 more friends than I have, Grizz. Sinclair, you've got at least 1.
You got at least 2 here.
2.
Yeah. When do you plant horseradish? We plant ours in the fall.
Was that right?
Does it get cold enough to tap maple trees in Mississippi?
Probably not. It was hot.
In North Mississippi, it probably does.
Yeah, here it was hot the last 2 winters.
Yeah.
Do you process and use stevia you grow yourself? I have dehydrated some and ground it into powder. And the ladies tried it today. It's real strong when you just stick a whole leaf in your mouth. They both stuck a whole leaf of stevia in their mouth and chewed down, so it left a pretty bitter taste after that.
Sylvia, yes, the squirrels have been tearing the pine cones up like crazy here. I mean, we only got like 100 of them in the yard here. And
let me see. Somebody asked a question. I keep missing it. No, they're asked an old Alabama gardener. Okay. If you had 20 minutes in the store to buy survival food that would last 3 years, what would you buy?
If I had 20 minutes in the store to buy survival food in the store, I would probably buy
rice and dried beans, of course.
I don't know.
I don't really like rice and dried beans,
rice
but they
and dried
last
beans
a long
really
time.
wouldn't do it for me. If I had 20 minutes in a store to buy survival food to last 3 years, what would I buy? I would probably buy freeze-dried food.
But I mean, if you're in a grocery store, do they?
She said in a survival store.
No, she said in a store.
Oh, in a store to buy survival food. I would look for food. Is what I would look for, because freeze-dried food does not lose its nutritional value. and it'll last up to 25 years. So and it's very light. You can pack it and carry it with you. So I would look for freeze-dried food. Well, Beth throws some good questions at you.
She tries.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm not sure. Happy National Grits Day. How's your hominy? They're making a batch tonight. That's 7D. It was really good. I'm not a hominy person, and I never really liked hominy, so I was going to make it for Danny. And when I was going through it and taking the husk off and everything, I decided to try eating one, and I did, and it was pretty good. So when I cooked it in the butter, it was really awesome. So I'm a hominy lover now. So
Homestead Remembrance says, do you like to sing or play any musical instruments? I was lead singer for a group for several years.
Teenage years.
When I was teenage years, I don't sing anymore solo or anything like that. I have a brother who does a fantastic job. He should be making CDs, I reckon. But
yeah, his brother's got an awesome voice.
Brother's got an awesome voice. But I quit singing. I used to play a trumpet. I played a guitar. I played a steel guitar. Wanda plays the piano. But we don't really do the musical instruments anymore. Wanda plays for the church on Sundays, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's it. Turpentine can be taken in very small amounts.
Turpentine, I used to use turpentine I had a dog one time that come down with kidney worms. And an old elderly black man who was a friend of mine told me to put the drop of turpentine on his back above his kidneys, and it would drive the worms out. And I did that, and the dog turned out to be fantastic. His hair came back on good, out of him, and he lived to be a ripe old age. So it actually worked. Okay.
Hillbilly Haven wants to know what kind of corn did I use. It was a field corn. It's called Danny corn. It's some that he produced and bred up from different types of corn. And yes, you can use wood ash or ash lye if you make it into that. But I didn't have time to sit and burn wood, and it's too hot in Mississippi right now. So I just used the baking soda. To me, it was very simple and easy and something I had on hand.
Yeah, I used it. It was me and Tommy and Patera and all of us sang at the conference. We did have some fun doing that.
It was awesome, y'all.
B Lady says Danny is singing at the meeting.
Well, he's going to have some help. Just
I have to have some help.
There's got to be somebody that can sing too, and he'll join in. What do you do to keep the bugs out of the garden? I've heard praying mantises help. We don't have. We don't have any of them, do we?
Well, we got a few praying mantises around, but bugs in the garden, we plant a plant for us, a plant for the bugs, and a plant for the wild animals. So we try to have enough plants for everybody.
Yeah.
Keeping It Dutch says, what is Danny corn? Danny corn is a variety Dutch that I created 26 years ago. It's my breed of corn. It's field corn. It grows about 16 feet tall. Anybody on here who's got any of it, I've sold it nationwide. We have it on our Etsy store. It's a field corn I bred up for my cattle when I used to raise cattle. It makes great cornmeal, makes great grits, hominy, and all that stuff. It's just a great all-around corn.
All right, Angie's Pantry said, if I overpressure can my beans and they are mushy northern kidney beans, should I dump them out, or is there something I can do? I would use them for refried beans.
Yeah, you make refried beans out of them.
Or if you make soup and you want a thickener, just mush them on up or run them through a food processor and add them to your soup, and it'll thicken your soup up, and you have your beans in your soup. I would not throw them out.
Future Dreams, turpentine is a product made from the pine rosin in pine trees.
Okay, so have I ever used canned milk?
We canned goat milk when I had it. It's just that you can't drink it because when you can it, the cream separates from the butter fat and all that separates in it, and you can't really get it to mix back up. You can shake it and everything, but you have to just use it for cooking. You can't use it for drinking.
We're going to get in trouble. Now, Homestead Remembrance wants us to do a video with the musical talent. Y'all don't want to hear me play, and you don't want to hear him sing while I'm playing. Just saying.
Okay, what would happen if we planted green corn too close to sweet corn? Probably not, because sweet corn has to be planted when it's cool. You can't plant sweet corn in the heat. Danny corn will grow in the heat, so you want to plant your sweet corn first, and then maybe about 2 weeks after you plant your sweet corn, plant the Danny corn.
All right. Did we have squash bugs this year?
No.
Ours kind of, I don't know if we kind
of had root nematodes at our squash this year. We didn't have any squash bugs.
Last year, the squash bugs got them really bad, but this year. Pratt says he's sure he has a video of Deep South singing. Yeah,
Mike probably does.
He also has a video of us holding our face going, oh my goodness, my face hurts.
Yeah, Mike should have some video of Danny corn, because I haven't seen his Danny corn lately.
Yeah, Mike, we need to see what Danny corn, we need some pictures for a video. Okay, so we're not sure. I don't think there's a piano at the building that I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure there's not, so that's out.
I don't think they are.
Charlotte says she tried squash 3 times. We tried last year several times.
Last year we had a bad year.
This year we had minimal luck. It was a little better, but not near what we should have had with it. Okay, so are you going to sell Danny corn at the Homesteading Conference?
Well, we sold it last year. We'll sell it again this year.
Yeah. If nothing happens.
If nothing happens, we will. Well, it's on our Etsy store, so I mean,
yeah, if you want
can
it
order
now,
it anytime you want. We have it for sale year round.
It's on the Etsy store. Wildlife says no trapping or hurting them stupid people. I'm not sure, I missed something in the comments or something, I guess. Gosh. All right, so we've been going.
Okay, we've been going an hour and 20 minutes. So,
do we always grow the same thing? No, we are actually experimenting every year with different things, because there are so many people just planting seeds and they're not sure what will grow in theirs, and we're trying to help people in our area what will grow in this area and will grow well. So as people send us things, we found this year the rattlesnake beans are excellent.
Actually, what we're doing is we're trying to create crops that are very low maintenance, very high production, very nutrient dense foods. That's the reason this coming year we're going to be doing the Cherokee garden, is because the Cherokees were 100% self-sustainable, because they didn't have stores to go to. They lived completely off the land. And we're going to be actually growing the Cherokee garden. We're going to be growing Cherokee tan pumpkins. We're going to be growing the Georgia candy squash, white eagle corn, long-eared popcorn. There's lots of things we're going to be growing this year. So we'll for sale if we have any.
Yeah, and the Danny corn is drying really well.
Somebody wants to know how do you order it right quick before it goes off.
DeepSouthHomestead.etsy.com. And Etsy is ETSY.
Yeah. Somebody said, can you put a link to your Etsy store? One of the mods, if you could put a link to our Etsy store up, there it is. Jen's got it.
Okay, I've never seen it that way, but okay, you should be able. If you can't, it's DeepSouthHomestead.etsy.com. We'll take you there.
Somebody, do you grow the Cherokee tomatoes? Yes, we've grown those. They've done fantastic here. How do you control squirrel population? We just shoot them.
We've got to do some squirrel hunting.
We've got to do some massive squirrel hunting this year. We'll probably have a video on it this year. So, we'll be doing that.
Rocky Glenn wants to know, why do you leave some of the husk on your corn when drying?
That's called slip shucking it. When you put it in the corn crib, it actually keeps the critters away from your corn, and if rats or anything gets in there, they're not actually walking on the corn kernels, they're on the husks of the corn.
And what does the Cherokee pumpkin taste like? We haven't cooked one yet. We're going to cook one shortly and do a video.
Supposedly they're real sweet. Bandana Grandma says, I think squirrels got all my peaches and pears. They got most of our peaches one year. We actually caught them at it.
They were coming across the deck with a peach in their mouth.
Yeah.
Just happened to look out the door, and there goes this little squirrel with a peach.
Yep, that's how we knew. Squirrel dumplings, yes. I actually make squirrel gumbo, too. And Baking Nana says, do you eat your squirrels? Yes.
let's see.
Okay. Do you eat squirrels you shoot? Yes, Mary White. If we shoot anything like that, we eat it. We don't just throw it away.
Grizz uses squirrels
to bat cats.
To bait cats. Oh, that's wrong, Grizz.
That's just wrong, Grizz. Okay.
We don't really have a bunch of cats.
We don't have a cat problem here.
We would invite Grizz if we did. We don't have a cat problem. The squirrels got our apples, pears, and stole the hickory nuts. Now, I have 2 chestnuts on my trees out there, and I am just daring a squirrel to get those 2 chestnuts. Now, I'll probably go out there tomorrow and they'll be gone.
And Oldest Dirt is exactly right. I've noticed this. The squirrels are robbing the nut trees earlier this year because of the acorns.
They're not ready.
The acorns are not actually completely ready in the tree, but you go out there and look, and they're eating them, and they're falling off on the ground everywhere. So that tells me that we may be going to have a cold winter, and they're trying to store up a lot of fat ahead of time.
Yes, Angie Pantry. My back starts hurting, especially the way I'm sitting here. I'm going to have to get a pillow. What is the best time of the year to plant fruit trees?
The best time is in the early fall, because if you're going to plant them bare root, early fall is best. But if you're going to plant them in containers, you can plant them any time of the year, really. But I prefer doing it in the fall because it gives them all winter for the roots to actually get settled in the ground and get to start growing during the winter months a little bit.
All right. Have you ever tried amaranth? Amaranth?
Amaranth, yes.
Amaranth?
I grew amaranth here one year, and the birds got all the seeds.
Yeah, we tried.
We tried.
What was it we planted?
We planted emmer wheat. We planted sunflowers, all that stuff.
All right, so.
Okay, the squirrels here chase and terrorize my dog. You need to get another dog, Sinclair.
Charlotte, we have not had a real bad winter in a while here in North Mississippi. We've not had one in over
2 years. It's been 2 years.
This will be the 3rd winter. We're going to see what it does this winter.
Hillbilly Haven says it's going to be in the 50s tonight in Tennessee. Wow. Yeah, that is getting cool early, but I tell you what, I would welcome the 50s here, man. Mike says the squirrels are doing the same thing to their black walnuts, and walnuts are causing tree branches to break, big branches. Deborah says the squirrels are in North Carolina doing the same thing.
Rain Country said she just did a video on amaranth, so I'm not sure she has it up yet, but in the next week, check Rain Country out.
I'll check her out if she's got a video up on it.
Talking about it, so. And Mr. Rain said he transplanted in the fall and got 1 tasty peach this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
We didn't get one. Our peach tree did not make. We didn't get any.
Yeah, and Pia's right. Coyotes, and we don't have a problem with coyotes here too bad because I killed most of them out. But they will catch your cats. Foxes, anything like that will get your cats. Coyotes will get your cats. You know, they'll clean them out. Have you started planting anything for your fall yet? Not yet. We're probably doing that next week.
A Sagittarian wants to know, are we the same growing zone as Birmingham, Alabama?
Birmingham, Alabama would be zone 7, I think. We're in zone 8. And they may be in zone 8, but they'd be in zone 8.
It'd be kind of close.
Yeah. Or maybe zone B. I'm sorry, it'd be zone B.
Now, our apples did great this year. Not as good as they have done in the past, but they did really good.
Yeah, we had good apples, yeah.
But the peaches, we had none.
No peaches.
And what else? We had very little pears.
Yeah.
The pears were about 1/3 of what they usually are. What's the best pie apple?
The tartar the apple, the better. Now, we can only grow 2 apples here in the South that really do good in my location. That's the Anna and the Ayn Shamir. That's really the only 2 apples you can grow here that do pretty good.
And good night, Guns. I think that's how they're saying it. Yes, Angie said that the peaches are $28 a bushel. Wow, ooh. That's pretty high. Birmingham is the same zone, just a few weeks later than Deep South.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think they're in zone 7.
Charlotte says she's in North Mississippi. Her pears did wonderful.
Good, good.
Mary White says she
yeah. If you planted carrot, you jump the gun about 3 weeks.
Pratt says a frost already. Not them, but Ellen.
You've been down to 49 so far this past week. Wow, man, that would be awesome.
And B Lady's in New York. She has tons of apples and pears. Yeah.
Yeah, you always have. The Granny Smith, I was going to say Hillbilly Haven. Granny Smith is a great pie apple. We use the Anna here. The Anna's a green apple. It does really good. Makes great pies here also.
I keep missing.
A bushel of apples, or you just turn it all blue. I can't see it. Click it. There you go.
Do we grow figs? Our
yes.
one tree produced maybe
we got
30 or 40 or more.
We got 40 plus gallons of figs off our tree this year.
It was a lot. We put up fig everything. We've sold figs. I mean, we've had dehydrated figs. I made all kinds of fig stuff. So now let's see. All right, so do you have any persimmon trees there?
Yes, we have wild persimmons.
The little bitty ones are loaded.
Yeah, my neighbor has tame persimmons. We have some tame ones, but ours aren't old enough to berry yet.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys want to put up your prayer requests?
Yeah, put up your prayer requests because we done been on for like an hour and a half. We got to.
And we have a list here of
people who's emailed us prayer requests, and we promised them that we'd put them up on the Saturday Night Live show. So
we have B Lady. Tara asked us to remember her stepdad this week, and then she let me know this morning he had passed away. So just remember Tara's family now. Daisy King Farms, Angela, Amy Sutherland, Patrick or Mr.
Rain, who's on here tonight.
7D Farms, Lynn, who is on hospice, Miss Kathleen, who is Jared's mother, Starry Hilder, James and Patera, his dad, Rick, his brother, and his sister Rita, and
all the victims of Hurricane Harvey. And for those that's going to be in the path of Hurricane Irma that's coming in, want to remember all these people ahead of time because, look, it's going to be a while before some of these people get help.
Oh, Hillbilly Haven says they're moving while she's in her 3rd trimester. I actually moved when my youngest was less than a month old. So, yeah, that can be very, very much difficult to do a lot when you're pregnant, I'm tell you, or just had a baby. It's hard to do that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things going up.
I'll see all these. We're going to try to go ahead and pray here, y'all, and you keep putting your prayers up, your prayer requests.
I need to mention, I forgot a couple of things, y'all.
Okay.
Somebody emailed us, remember, November 22nd.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
It's a voluntary day for prayer and fasting for our nation.
This guy's in Switzerland.
Yeah.
And he's very concerned about America because he is an American. He's a dual citizen. His name is John, and he sent us and he's asked us, would we ask all of y'all to put November 22nd on your calendar. And he said he would like to ask everybody to join him in prayer on that day for America. Okay, what else?
I think that was it.
No, oh, and my Back to Basics link, I'm going to be doing the summit basics. I'll be in with about 22 other people. If you haven't already signed up for that, it's in the description of all our videos right now. Go sign up for that and help us out a little bit. It's a free summit, and we'll hope y'all enjoy that little bit of free information.
Okay, before we pray, Marilyn, yes, I would thoroughly enjoy some popcorn seeds from the Cherokee long ear. That would be a blessing. If we need to pay you, just let us know. We would be happy to do that.
Dee says tomorrow is declared by the president as a prayer day for Harvey.
For all Harvey victims. I did see that.
Yes.
That's why we're praying for them tonight. So we're going to pray. We're going to go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer. And we're going to ask him to bless all these people tonight. Father, we come to you tonight. We just want to tell you how much we love you and how much we appreciate you. And Lord, you've been so good to us. You give us more than we deserve. Father, we come to you and we ask for things, seems like on a regular basis. Father, not that we're worthy, but just because you're an awesome God and you love to take care of your children. And we know you're a loving God, but we also know that it's not about love always, Lord. You're a just God. You hate sin, you hate evil, and Lord, you will deal with it, and we understand that. And Lord, we know that our country in the past has not been what it should be for you, and a lot of time judgment comes upon our nation because of past sins of our fathers. And Lord, we just pray that you'll have mercy on us in this nation. Father, we think about the victims of Harvey and Lord, how they flooded out, and a lot of them have lost everything. We know that. Lord, we've lived that life through Katrina, and Lord, our heart goes out to them, and these people need some help. And I pray you'll raise up people to go that way and to lend a helping hand and give them their strength and their resources to help them get back on their feet, Lord. And President have used wisdom, and may he bless the people of the state of Texas and Louisiana where there's flooding and all happened down there, Lord. Father, I think about the other victims of the hurricane that's coming this way. I'm going to ask, Lord, that you just turn it and let it go on back out to the North Sea up there somewhere. But if it has to hit the states, then, Lord, I pray for the people in the path of it before it ever happens, that you give them wisdom and knowledge and protection to keep them out of the path and to make wise decisions about leaving or preparing in a way where they'll be safe now. And Father, I pray for the leaders of this country, Lord, as we go through some hard times, that you'll grant them all the wisdom, Father, and just let them look to you for their leadership and for their guidance now. And Father, you've seen all the prayer requests that went up here, Lord, the ones that we mentioned tonight. There's just too many for me to sit here and re-talk about. Lord, we know you're the great physician. You see all, you know all. And nothing takes you by surprise. But Lord, we're going to ask you to bless all these people. And those that need healing, we're going to pray for healing, Lord. Those that have lost loved ones or is going through some sort of addiction problem, Lord. Maybe they have depressions or anxieties, or Lord, there are strongholds in their lives. Any of these areas, Father, maybe they've lost their job, or Father, they just down and out feeling. We're victory over all these areas for their lives now. And Father, for the people that's in the live chat tonight, it's just a blessing to have all these good people show up. Lord, we love them all. And I just want them to know that. I want them to hear it from our mouth that we just love them and we appreciate them for taking their time to be a part of our life. And Father, that's why we pray for them at the end here, because we want to give a little something back. And we know that if we bring this up before you, that you're a just God. And if any of them have any needs, we know that you'll meet them now. Father, we've been those that's been mentioned here tonight, that has cancer. And Lord, there's just, I can't even think of all of them. I've seen some hip surgeries. I've seen all these things going through, Father. There's people with eye problems and ear problems and leg problems and, Father, knee problems. And I've seen all these things going through here, and Lord, I just pray that they can be healing for them tonight now, and they can have some rest from the pain. Father, we think about other YouTube channels that's having problems, and Lord, especially American Homestead, Zach and them, we just pray that you'll, help them to be able to get their channel back, because a lot of people got a lot of blessings from them, Father, and we really miss them being on Saturday nights. And so we pray for them, and Lord, we just want to tell you we love you. We appreciate you for giving us such a good live stream tonight. And Lord, I could sit here and go on, I reckon, and tell you how much I appreciate all you do for us. But I just want to tell you I love you, and I really appreciate you now. We ask all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, guys. Everybody that would like to come to a meetup on the 28th of October, please go to Deep South Homestead @gmail.com. I got too many of these Deep South Homestead thingies. Y'all go let me know so I have an idea. I've got 2 weeks to make a decision on where we're having it. And we appreciate you guys. And I've got to figure out how I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There you go. Just close out that. Yeah, just keep working your way backwards.
Here it is.
There you go.
This one.
Okay, guys. We love y'all. Pray y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.